The adobe walls shook as gunfire tore through the village. This was how legends were supposed to end, loud, bloody, and forgotten. Well, kid, guess we finally wrote it out. Funny thing about dying, Butch. It never feels the way you expect. A haunting silence encircled around the house. It was a different kind of quiet. The smell of gunpowder was gone. Well, kid, it's time to make our last stand. You ready? They stormed out through the door, guns blazing. They collapsed onto black pavement under a sky that made no sense. They saw power lines and cell towers, which captivated them. What in the heck happened? Where's the Bolivian army? They came upon a rest stop when a parked motorcycle caught their eye. Chrome replaced saddle leather. They stand before a machine, afraid to touch it. Butch grinning, worlds finally learned to build a horse that don't need oats. They continued to make their way down the road. The road itself whispered their names. A billboard looms, Crook County Museum, Sundance, Wyoming. They entered the free museum. Eyes wide as silver dollars. They stared at their own ghosts, pistols behind glass, wanted posters yellowed with age. Butch reading, presumed dead. Bolivia, 1908. They exchange a glance, looking like two fish out of water. A group of children walked slowly by the two men. One child wasn't afraid. Boy said, "Mister, are you really him?" "Wow, the Sundance Kid. They said you were the fastest gun in the West." "Can you prove it?" Sundance said, "Maybe." "You looking for a demonstration, young fella?" They stepped outside by an old apple tree some distance away. The kid rattled off 5 quick shots at the tree. A bunch of apples fell to the ground without a single branch damaged. Sundance walks over and places one in the boy's hands, smiling. Sundance said, "Have an apple there, young fella." "It's on me." With the report of gunfire, the local authorities showed up. Attentions built. Boy blurting out, he wasn't hurting nobody. "I wanted to see if he could shoot like the Sundance Kid that I read about." The officers laughed. "Well, we see actors around here all the time, but you took this a little too far. We'll let you slide this time, because we have a more serious call right now." Butch said, "By the way, where can we find the nearest bank?" Just then, a man offered to give them a ride to the bank just a few miles down the road. Driver laughing, "You guys must work with the museum when they do reenactments." "Is that right?" Butch said. "Yeah, you guessed it." The car started to pick up speed, and then the two lost in time were on the edge of their seat. "Wow, kid, if we had won these machines, they'd never catch us." Once they arrived at the bank, they were mesmerized by strange layout of the room. Glass walls, cameras, polished floors, and a security guard stood poised in the back. The vault door stood wide open, money stacked to the ceiling. Butch whispering, "Can you imagine it, kid? It's there for the taking. I swear I have vision when the rest of the world wears bifocals." Just then the pain is back. Butch and the kid, both very weak, blurred vision, realize that this really is the end of the road. Gunfire obliterates the rest of the house, but their legend will endure.